Hello, Geek Gang.
Hey, you all geekers out there.
How are you?
We are good. We are good.
How are you?
Hope you guys are good.
I'm Lainey.
I'm Jay.
And we are Geek by Heart.
And we would like to discuss the
Fast 9.
Fast
The ninth
9.
one.
The ninth one.
And it shows.
And it shows.
And it really shows.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Let's go get into it.
All right. All right, so what we're gonna talk about?
Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Oh man!
I take all that oh man,
That fast
and I
nine,
double it, triple it, quadruple it, because oh man.
First of all, I just want to say, if you are going to watch that movie, please don't take it serious. Please don't take it serious.
He ain't never lie.
It's
Okay?
Just
He
call
ain't
it.
never lie.
Just call it. It's like a cartoon.
It's a parody.
It's not.
It's honestly a parody of itself, honestly.
There's so much things to unfold in this movie.
So
But,
let's unpack
the Toretto brothers.
the backstories.
Oh my goodness! To me, I think the whole story plot of that is just unnecessary.
Really?
I think it is unnecessary. Why? Is because I think it should be a different approach because it's so funny because during that whole subplot of the backstory, just to introduce the two brothers together, you have never seen the sister in it. You have not seen an image of the sister in it. So it's like they just throw her in the movie.
Well, I mean, she should have been in the movie. If they were going against the big brother, then yes, they should have been in the movie.
Yeah.
However, I do hear what you're saying. She should have been in that preview,
in that
backstory. Yes,
yeah, in that
absolutely,
backstory
absolutely.
Sequence. It just seemed out of place for me because
Really?
because I was like, okay, so where did the sister come in?
I think you're focusing more on the sister. You should be focusing on the brother. I get what you're saying,
that's fine. That's fine. But overall, I think it's a family issue.
True.
And knowing that the father died, the sister should have been involved to be
I agree with you.
be that probably that person who's in the middle trying to get them together, focusing them to understand.
Okay, that I can see.
Because she's like the sister, and she's like, she's
The peacemaker.
Basically. With all of this going on, you're trying to figure out where does she stand in all of that, though.
I feel you. I mean, I honestly thought that it was interesting to bring in the brother. Now, granted, you're talking about bringing in the brother. First of all, that's jumping the shark, because in this whole thing, that every fucking time that man Dom can say family, he says it. The ninth movie, and now we're hearing about this brother. But I digress. With that being said, because there was a lot of cameos or whatever, or flashbacks from people that weren't in a lot of the movies, but then all of a sudden they all came
Just
back.
like the brother.
Okay, I was actually okay with the brother being there and having that backstory of the father. It showed a little bit more depth to the family and just to the overall character. Didn't need to happen? No. But I think that it did make it a little bit more interesting. We're going to add another character, then add a character that should mean something. Mm-hmm. And I think that was another problem too. Mm-hmm. That, you had his brother, but then it was one villain to once again turn to family.
It bothers me just to see that, all of a sudden, throughout 9 movies, the brother just get introduced, and you're wondering, okay, why?
They race to make sure that all problems are solved by the racetrack. That's it. Because you know what? Little bro could have said something. He didn't. Jacob didn't say anything. Mm-hmm. So therefore, Dom was like, I need to race, and if you lose, you keep on driving, and if I lose, you get to come back home. So, I mean, to me, the biggest elephant in the room was the action
scenes are crazy. Why? I can't be mad because the action scenes is what built the movie from day one, and it is basically something that it's like a trademark for the movie itself. So all of these scenes where car catching people and car flying in the air for no reason and landing, and everyone in the car is just perfectly fine. It's like a trademark. So as I say, you guys can't go to the movies and be serious with it. You just have to understand the physics of Fast and Furious just to get the drift of it. That's it.
The Force was not with them. That's why I wore this shirt. The Force was not with them. Let me tell you, I hear what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. However, to me, it was just legit. Almost every 10 minutes, I was literally just doing this. I was frustrated, not because I didn't see it coming, because some of those stunts was in the trailers, in the promos, and you knew it was coming, and some of them were outlandish to begin with, but it just was like, damn, the magnets in that first one where and it's in the promo too, where they got the wire wrapped up around the car, and you could see that the car is going through the air from one part of the bridge to the other. You saw that, and then you saw how the car was flipping over, and they did not even have a scratch. Like, I need them to have some kind of concussion, something.
Fast and the Furious, it's not real life situation.
I know, but I felt like
this action movie is baseless entertainment. So that's why I tell you, you can't go to the movie being mad at what you see.
I hear you.
Everything. I mean, from Fast 5, I was like, okay, this is not a serious movie. I'm just gonna take it as it is.
Listen, you're not wrong. You're so not wrong.
Yeah.
But I just felt like this one, and even beyond Roman, who was making some of the corniest jokes ever to me personally, one of the things he was saying was like, yo, how are we not dead? He was being self-aware. Got it. Understood. Even without that being said, for some reason, it felt like this movie with just space?
Yeah.
Space?
I think it's a cool spin on the movie. And as I tell you, when I went to the movie, I was like expecting anything from Fast 9, and I'm like, you know what? Just throw anything at me. I'll catch it.
Listen.
It's all good. And of course, you have the famous Cardi B was involved in it. She finally showed her face within Fast 9. And she was doing
she's been in the background.
You know, so
do that again. You stupid. I mean, honestly, yeah, I agree with him, and even more so, you had Cardi, you had Han, you had Twinkie, you had the other dude from Fast 3. Okay, you had Helen Mirren, Queenie. You had everybody. I honestly felt like this was a swan song. If I didn't know better, I would have thought that this was the last one, because I'm like, why are you bringing all of these characters back where almost none, at least half of them, Queenie didn't make no difference, Han didn't make no difference, and especially the way they brought Han back, I was like, yo, you could have had the whole movie and still not had Han, and you would not have missed a beat. That was dumb as shit. It was just to bring him back, and I was just like, are you serious? Like, I'm really getting annoyed, and I don't understand why, because this movie is like so jumping shark. Like, at least, oh God, Sean and Twinkie sort of made sense based on why they were servicing the plot, but still, it.
And at the end of the movie, he twisted to be a good guy. I mean, the villain, like John Cena being the villain throughout the movie, and at the last 10 minutes of the movie, he's the good guy. Okay.
And this is not the first time they did it.
Yeah, because they did that with Jason Statham.
But they also did with the Rock character too.
Yeah.
Even though The Rock wasn't a villain. He was
wasn't a
their
villain.
antagonist.
Yeah, he
so at
was
least
there,
that
yeah.
made more sense. And the reason why The Rock was the antagonist, it made more sense for them to turn him good or to turn him like, okay, he's a part of the crew now. But Jason Statham, I get it because he saved Dom's child. I get it, but they shouldn't even put that character in that position to begin with. They should have got somebody else. It was cool. I actually Fate of the Furious, that eighth one to me was one of the best ones. Actually, I loved it, especially because of Cypher. Thought that she was one of the badass villains of the entire thing. However, I'm just kind of sick of like, okay, you're a villain and now you're gonna get turned good guy. And not only that, the only reason why he did it was because he got backstabbed. If he didn't get backstabbed, there would be no twist. So it made no sense.
A whole long story. My good geeks, well, my 3 good geeks and my 3 bad geeks goes like this. My first good geek, even though the action scenes are a little bit crazy, I still enjoy them.
Okay.
I still can, be a little bit goofy, a little bit geeky on them because they pretty much, it's practically a sci-fi movie. If you want to call it that. Mind you, along with the whole action scene, that magnet car chase scene was awesome. I liked it. It was everything. I liked it from start to finish.
The beginning or
from
that
with
beginning
the long
part?
truck. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Okay, with the long
truck.
Okay.
Yeah, that part was.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was. I liked
crazy
it.
as hell.
It was wild as hell. The last geek that I can really embrace is the fact that they still keep Paul Walker's character alive. They still keep him alive, his spirit, even though he's gone, and they still have him.
That.
Feeling like he's still a part of the movie, even though you didn't see him, but they still make references of him. Yeah, they still make references of him that he is still around and he's still vivid, he's still livid within the group and whatever the case is. My 3 bad geeks, I didn't like the story of Dom and his brother. I think it was unnecessary. I think they should have gone a different route in explaining how the brother got involved, or kind of show something where the brother kind of comes up within the movie and it's a big surprise and whatever the case is. And even though the action scenes were a little bit entertaining and all, I still think it's just not making sense anymore. I think the Fast franchise it's getting to a point where it's just totally getting ridiculous, and it's something that you can't take serious anymore. So tell me, what's yours, good and bad geek?
Well, mine good. I actually did like the Dom backstory. Actually was okay with it. I guess the action scenes, when I wasn't shaking my head and face palming it legitimately half the time, my bad. I think I've already shitted on this, so I'll just come up with a couple things that I didn't say. I wanted to see more of Cypher. I thought Otto was weak as hell as a villain. Alright, he really was I'm a rich daddy's boy. Fuck out of here. Again, the Force cameos, we talked about that. Moving on. There was a couple of moments that I wanted Vin Diesel to emote. When he found out that his dad threw the race, I wanted to see his acting chops. I am not sure that he has any. I am a Vin Diesel fan. I think he's a good action actor. I would have at least liked to see some range. I get it. Again, like I said, I know he's an action actor. I still would have wanted to see some range. I didn't. It literally goes from your family.
My rating is 3.5 out of 5.
My bad, 2.
Yeah. So it's 3.5 for me and 2 for him.
It's definitely 2 for me.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm good.
As usual, guys, if you like what you see, please subscribe, like, share, and visit us on Instagram or Twitter at
Geek by Hearts.
As usual, we talk about anything that's geeky, which is sci-fi, what else? Horror movies, Star Wars, Marvel, DC.
Whatever moves me.
we are behind it 100%.
All right. So, like you said, like Chef Scott, I am Lainey.
And I'm G.
And we will see you when we
In the
see
light.
you. When we
In the
see
light.
you.
In the light.